Hello, YouTube. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing good in these hard times. Everyone's staying safe and maintaining positive. These are a couple of tips that I have if you're thinking or planning on getting another cat. This is Simba, Big Ginger, and that is Telly. He's a Polly. He got the extra toe. I wanted to get a second cat because, I do work kind of long hours. So Simba was always by himself. So I wanted to get him another cat so he can be with and not be alone. Well, everything kind of backfired. I never owned a cat in my life. This is actually my brother's cat. He couldn't take care of him because his girlfriend kind of gave him the ultimatum that it was either the cat or her. And as much as I love my brother, he chose the girlfriend. And I took Simba, who I had for 4 months. So I wanted to get him a friend to play with. So I went on a adoption site, and that's when I saw Telly. And when I saw Telly, who's a boy, I just knew he had to be part of the family. It was just something about him. I was technically going to get a female cat. There was another beautiful cat named Luna, but when I saw Telly, I just knew that he was the one. I went to the agency and they gave him to me really fast. Poor cat, he was returned so many times. He had a little bit of a biting problem. And also, Telly is not very affectionate. He's only affectionate when he wants to. Compared to Simba, Simba follows you everywhere. He is just very clingy, and I love him so much. He's a big cat. He's like 12 pounds. Simba, there you go. It's your boy. So, anyways, I never had cats in my prior life. Like I said, I took Simba because my brother couldn't keep him and who he had as a kitten, but he had to rehome him because of the girlfriend. So something in my heart told me to take Simba. I was very upset about my brother because, how do you have a cat as a kitten and then have to give him away because of the girlfriend? But I told my brother that the girlfriend was probably doing something to the cat because the cat did not like her. When this cat came to me, it was nothing but love. Well, the first day he was hissing at me, but that was normal. So then I went to the shelter and I got Tally. And, I did listen to a couple of tips from Jackson Galaxy. He is the goddess of the cat of cats. He helped me so much. But the first month, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was crying because Simba was being was hissing and he was scratching me. Like he kind of, I felt he hated me for why did I get another cat. I had to keep Telly in the bedroom, and then I had to keep Simba in the living room separated. And, he was spoiled cat. He had the living room all to himself. And then I get another cat. That is Telly. Telly, 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 Telly. He just likes me. Anyways, so I had to keep them separated literally for a whole month. Every time that they would even try to see each other, they would just start hissing, but it was really like violent hissing, and I never experienced that before. So, I was even crying because I felt like it kind of backfired, and I just couldn't return Telly, the new cat. He was already returned a few times. His owner surrendered him because, like I said, Telly is not very affectionate, and he does have a little bit of a biting problem. But, I looked it up, and he might have been taken away from his mama when he was very young. So it's not like biting that hurts, but, he does bite, but he gives love when he wants to. So I didn't want to be that owner that will return Telly. So fast forward, I even got a cage. As you can see in one of my videos where I had to put Telly in the cage for 20 minutes. So Simba wouldn't attack him because Simba is huge. I mean, he's like 12 pounds. Telly's probably like 8 pounds. And Tally, when I got him, he was so tiny. Now he's gotten bigger. So I kept them separated literally for a whole month. Every time that I even opened the door, they would just start hissing. And Simba, my resident cat, he was scratching me. I mean, I had bite marks, scratches, and I was crying because I was like, what did I do? But I couldn't return Tally. And, I just kept listening to Jackson Galaxy and all the tips that they have on YouTube. And, that introduction, I could see why a lot of people will return the other cat because if the first cat doesn't feel comfortable, they don't want to like stress him out. So after a month or so, I kind of let them be around each other only when I was present and they would like start fighting, but it was like violent fights. So I simply got a spray bottle, and if they would just go at it, I would just spray them because last time I tried to be the referee and I got scratched all over. So little by little, when I was home, I would just let them be together with my presence. And then when I left, I would just separate them again. And then finally, little by little, they started getting along and now they're like best friends. They follow each other. Telly follows Simba. He kind of copies him a lot. But Telly is so sassy. He eats. I have two separate bowls and I have two separate little boxes. Very important if you want to get another cat. So now Telly uses Simba's little box and he eats his food. I would say it was patience. I always feel bad for the second cat that comes in and then he gets rehome. And the whole thought of rehoming Telly, I could not live with myself. I don't even know how the prior owner who had Telly could have just given him up. I mean, on his medical papers, on the papers that I got from the shelter in the city, um, it says that the owner surrendered him, and I just did not give up on Telly. And now they're best friends, and they do play fight, but I'm just happy that they finally get along. The hissing has stopped, and it was just patience. Listen to Jackson Galaxy. He is amazing, and there's so much other information on YouTube about introduction, but it was not easy. The first month I was crying because Simba was not being affectionate to me. He was scratching me. I never in my life saw a cat fight until these two started fighting, and I got in between. That was before I knew about the spray bottle, and my arm got like scratched. I had bite marks and I had to go to work like that. And let me tell you, these two little guys have added so much happiness to my life. I never had animals. I never imagined having animals. And I got Simba, and he added so much happiness to my life. The cuddles, the little things they do. But definitely think about if you want to get another cat because, it's not fair. You get the other cat, he doesn't get along with the first cat, he gets rehomed. In fact, when I went to the shelter, if you're in New York, it was in the city. What was the address? 310 East 110th Street. It's a big shelter. And that's how I got Telly because when you go on this website in the city, they had pictures and they had a little video of Telly, and I just fell in love with him. I just knew I had to have him. Also Telly was not neuter when he came to me. Then once he got neuter, he got like a little bit better. But let me tell you guys, I never been to a shelter before because, this cat, Simba, was given to me by my brother. I wanted to cry. There's so many animals. When I went in the room to see Telly, I feel so bad for all those other cats that I wanted to take and save. And I wish I was a billionaire. I would have a mansion just for cats and dogs to save them. But, those are my tips. My tips. I don't have a big apartment, so I just kept them separated. literally for a whole month. And then little by little, I just started letting them be around each other with my presence while I was here. And then when I went to work, I would separate them. And now they're best friends. They drink water together, they eat together. And like Jackson Galaxy says, I think every cat needs a friend. I don't care what no one says. Because I know cats are very independent. But just the fact that Simba was all by himself, you know, I would leave to go to work in the morning and I wouldn't come till late. And I just felt he just needed someone to be with. And, you know, and I'm just so happy. So, tips is patience, keep them separated, give them time to adjust. Remember, my Telly and Simba adjusted very quickly, but it could take maybe 8 to 12 months. Every cat is different, and for some reason, they both now get along. It took about maybe like 2 months. They do play fight. Simba attacks him and then Telly attacks him, but they do like play fight. I actually had to look up the difference between play fight and cat fighting, but there's no more hissing, there's no more scratching. Isn't he just adorable? So those are my tips. Separate them for as long as you can, and then little by little start introducing them to each other. Maybe when you're home, let them roam around the house while you're here. And then when you go to work, separate them. And then when you come home, you put them together. And I'm just so happy that they get along. He's sleeping right now. I'm just so happy that they get along. And it was not easy. I was crying. All my friends were like, oh, it backfired. It backfired at you, what you were trying to do. You try to do something good, but now Simba is suffering. But like I said, I just could not rehome Telly. I could not possibly live with myself. Like the idea to give him back. And like I said, Telly does bite a little bit. He nibbles a little bit on you. So a lot of people may not like that. And anyways, he's here to stay. Simba and Telly. So that is my advice. Listen to Jackson Galaxy. He has amazing information on cat introduction. And just be patient. It could take a month. It could take 2 months. It depends on the cats. I don't know. Maybe if I would have gotten a female, maybe it would have been different. I got 2 boys. All right, YouTube. Those are my little tips. Be patient. Give them time to adjust. It could take a month. It could take 2 months. It could take a little bit longer, but just don't give up on the other cat. And believe me, your cat will thank you, because now when I'm not home, he has someone to play with. All right, YouTube. Everyone stay safe out there and take care, and happy holidays to everyone out there. Simba, you want to say something to YouTube? Oh, you sleepy, huh? Doesn't he look like Morris the cat? The only thing is his ear is a little bit dented. He had an incident when he was a kitten. But he is so cute. Look at him sleep. Oh my god, I got these Christmas collars from Amazon. I got both of them with Christmas collars. And every time they walk or they jump, I just hear Christmas coming. All right, YouTube. Peace. Stay safe out there. Bye.